and welcome back to our channel, coin enthusiasts. Today, first up, we're diving deep into the world of rare Australian coins, and specifically, the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin that has sparked interest in the collector's market due to its unique brown dots and rarity in very fine condition. Is this coin worth big dollars today? Stick around, and we'll find out together. First, let's talk about the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin. This coin features the iconic dodecagon design and was minted in copper nickel, weighing 15.55 grams. On the obverse, we have a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse showcases the Australian coat of arms, created by Stuart Devlin. Now, the 50-cent coin is a staple in Australian currency, but not every coin minted in 1983 is particularly valuable. What sets some apart is their condition, rarity, and in this case, the peculiar brown dots phenomena. You might be wondering, what are these brown dots? These marks are caused by oxidation, which can occur when the coin is exposed to certain environmental conditions over time. These oxidation spots, often seen as a flaw, have ironically become a point of interest for collectors. In rare cases, the patterns formed by these dots can make the coin even more unique, leading to increased demand among niche collectors. When assessing the value of a coin like this, collectors consider three main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. While millions of 198,350-cent coins were minted, finding one in very fine condition with the brown dots intact is incredibly rare. Why? Because most coins from this era have been in circulation for decades, leading to wear and tear. Coins in very fine condition retain most of their design details, but might have minor scratches or signs of wear. This particular combination of condition and unique marks makes such coins highly sought after by specialized collectors. So, how much is a 1983 Australia 50-cent coin with brown dots worth today? The answer depends on where and how you sell it. Recently, coins like this have been seen on auction sites such as fetching anywhere from $85,000, depending on the demand at the time. Some coins in excellent condition with pronounced brown dots have even sold $95,000 or more. According to collector price guides, the value can fluctuate based on market trends. It certainly holds a premium for those interested in its unique characteristics. If you're a collector looking to invest or sell your 198,350-cent coin, here are a few tips. Use a magnifier to assess the level of detail and the presence of any wear. Watch out for counterfeit coins or artificially added oxidation. Use professional grading services. For rare coins, getting them graded by a professional service can significantly boost their value. List your coin on online marketplaces or attend coin fairs to connect with serious buyers. The 1983 Australian 50-cent coin with brown dots is a perfect example of how even small imperfections can create a big story. For collectors, it's not just about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of history, a unique artifact that tells its own story. So, is the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin, its rarity and condition could fetch you a decent price among the right collectors? If you have one of these coins lying around, it might just be time to dig it out and check. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. We're talking about the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin, but not just any ordinary version. We're exploring one with a peculiar and rare feature: black dots. Could this coin be hiding big value in today's collector market? Stick around, and we'll break it all down for you. The 50-cent coin is one of the most recognizable pieces of Australian currency. It's large, distinctive, and holds a special place in the history of numismatics. But what makes the 1980 version with black dots stand out? Why are collectors and investors taking notice of this specific coin? Let's start with some history. In 1980, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of 50-cent coins. These coins feature the iconic dodecagonal or 12-sided design, with the Australian coat of arms on one side and Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the other. But some coins from this year have an unusual feature: small black dots that appear on the coin's surface. These black dots are believed to be caused by a combination of factors, including environmental conditions, chemical reactions, or manufacturing anomalies during the minting process. Coins with this feature in very fine condition have started to gain traction among collectors due to their rarity and the intrigue surrounding their origin. Over the years, collectors have developed a keen eye for coins with unique imperfections or features, often considering them rare errors or curiosities. This has led to a surge in demand for the 1980 Australia 50-cent coin with black dots, particularly those in very fine condition or better. Now, let's talk about what these coins are worth in today's market. In the current collector market, these coins can fetch impressive prices depending on their condition. For instance, if you have a 1980 Australia 50-cent coin with visible black dots in very fine condition, you might see offers ranging from $110,000 or even higher. Coins in better grades like extra fine or uncirculated can go for significantly more. Rare anomalies like this can drive bidding wars among collectors. But here's the thing, condition is everything. Let me show you how to evaluate whether your coin is in very fine condition or better. A coin in very fine condition will show moderate wear on the high points of the design, but still retain most of its details. The black dots, while visible, should not obscure the design or degrade the coin's aesthetic appeal. If you think you have one of these coins, here's what to do. Authenticate your coin, make sure it's genuine by consulting a professional coin dealer or numismatist. Grade your coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Grading services can help find the right market, sell through reputable platforms, auction houses, or specialist coin dealers. Negotiate smartly. Don't settle for the first offer. Shop around for the best price. Now I know what you're thinking. Does every 1980 Australia 50-cent coin with black dots have significant value? The market value depends on factors like demand, condition, and how unique the coin's features are. But one thing's for sure. If you've got one in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look. Rare coins like this prove that treasures can be hidden in plain sight. So, dig through your collection. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of the Australia 50-cent 1971 silver coin, an absolute gem in the world of coin collecting. What makes this coin so special? How much is it worth today, especially in its very fine condition? And why is it a must-have for serious collectors? Well, stick around, because we're about to answer all these questions and more. So first, let's take a step back in time. The Australia 50-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, marking a significant change from the previous currency system, when Australia transitioned from pounds to the decimal currency system. This coin was designed to be a symbol of the country's new identity as a decimal nation, and it became a fixture of Australian currency for years to come. Now, the 50-cent coin itself was first minted in 1966 in a dodecagonal or 12-sided shape, which was very unique at the time. But today we're specifically focusing on the 1971 Australia 50-cent coin, which holds a special place in collectors' hearts. 1971 is significant because it was one of the last years the Australian 50-cent coin was made of 80% silver before being reduced to copper-nickel in 1977. This makes the 1971 silver version particularly valuable, especially in higher grades of condition. Okay, so let's talk about what really makes the 1971 Australia 50-cent coin stand out. For starters, its design features an iconic symbol of Australian heritage. On the obverse, that's the front of the coin, you've got a profile of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Mary Gillick. But the reverse is where things really get interesting. It showcases the famous Australian coat of arms, complete with a kangaroo and an emu. This was designed by the legendary artist Stuart Devlin, whose work still continues to influence Australian coinage. And remember, it's made of 80% silver, meaning it has a beautiful shine that really catches the light. This is a key factor in its appeal to collectors. Now let's get into the condition of the coin, because this is where the value really comes into play. Coin grading is an essential part of the numismatic world, and it helps determine how much a coin is worth. When we talk about a coin being in very fine condition, we're talking about a coin that shows clear signs of wear, but still retains much of its original design detail. You'll notice some smoothness, especially around the high points, but overall the coin still has strong features. In other words, it's not heavily worn or damaged, which is why it holds a higher value than coins in worse condition. In contrast, a coin in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition would show no signs of wear at all. But for the 1971 Australia 50-cent coin, very fine condition is still considered impressive. especially when you're looking at silver coins of this age. Okay, so now for the burning question. How much is this coin worth today? The value of a 1971 Australian 50-cent coin, especially in very fine condition, has seen a steady increase over the years due to its silver content, limited mintage, and growing collector demand. Right now, you can expect to see this coin being sold in the market anywhere from $76,000 for coins in very fine condition, depending on the quality of the coin and the seller. Some rarer, higher-grade versions can even push up to $85,000 or more in the right auction setting. And remember, the price can also fluctuate depending on where and when it's sold. Coins in pristine condition or those with unique features like rare mint marks or errors can fetch significantly higher prices. So, why should you consider adding the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin to your collection? For one, it's an important piece of Australian history, marking a pivotal moment in the country's currency evolution. It's also made of high-quality silver, which holds intrinsic value. But beyond that, it's a coin that continues to appreciate over time, making it a great investment for those who are serious about numismatics. If you're looking to buy one of these coins or even sell one, there are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always make sure you're buying from a reputable dealer or auction site. The world of coin collecting can attract counterfeiters, so it's essential to do your research and make sure you're getting what you pay for. Second, when selling a coin, make sure to get it properly graded by a professional grading service like the Chateau Zero feature. This can help you get a fair market value for your coin, and collectors are much more likely to trust a certified coin. To wrap up, the 1971 Australia 50-cent coin is a truly special and valuable piece in the world of numismatics. Whether you're looking to add it to your collection for historical value, silver content, or as a potential investment, it's a coin that certainly packs a punch. Next up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Australian coins, focusing on a real gem from 1999, the Australian 50-cent coin. Shining in extra very fine condition, it's a highly sought-after collector's item today. But what makes it so special, and how much is it worth in today's market? Stay tuned as we unravel its history, design, rarity, and of course the big question, how much is this coin worth today? Let's get started. To understand the value of the 1999 Australian 50-cent coin, we first need to take a trip down memory lane. The 50-cent coin, first introduced in 1966, is one of Australia's iconic pieces of currency. It was part of the country's decimalisation process when Australia moved from the imperial system of pounds, shillings and pence to a decimal currency system. With a design inspired by Australia's unique wildlife, the coin has seen many variations over the years. But the 1999 edition stands out for several reasons. Unlike many other coins that change designs frequently, the 50-cent coin of 1999 features a distinctive design that commemorates a significant milestone in Australian history. The 1999 Australian 50-cent coin is part of a series celebrating the achievements and heritage of the Australian Commonwealth. This particular coin features an intricate design. On the reverse side, we see a depiction of the Australian coat of arms, which features the iconic kangaroo and emu. This symbol is often associated with Australia's national identity and reflects the country's deep connection to its unique wildlife. The 1999 coin was produced in silver, giving it a bright, shiny luster. It's important to note that this coin was minted in a relatively low quantity, making it rarer and more valuable to collectors compared to other regular-issue 50-cent coins. This makes the 1999 Australia 50-cent silver coin especially intriguing. While many coins produced in the same era may not fetch high prices, this particular coin stands out. Now let's talk about the condition of the coin. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition is one of the most important factors in determining its value. A coin in extra very fine condition has been well preserved and shows minimal wear. But what exactly does that mean? In numismatic grading, the scale ranges from poor to mint state. Extra very fine coins exhibit very light signs of wear, with sharp details and clear design features. These coins are close to mint condition and retain their original luster, which is crucial for collectors. A coin like this, 1999 Australia 50-cent silver piece, in extra very fine condition will have a sharp, crisp design and minimal abrasions. The silver shine adds to its allure, making it not only a valuable historical artifact, but also an aesthetically pleasing one. Rarity is another key factor that drives up the value of a coin. In 1999, the Australian Mint produced a limited number of these coins. While the exact mintage numbers can vary depending on the type of coin, the 1999 Australia 50-cent silver coin is considered rare, particularly in good condition, including the low production run, the silver content, and the fact that it is over 2 decades old. For collectors, the value of rarity can't be overstated. The rarer a coin is, the more people are willing to pay for it. So what's the big value of the 1999 Australian 50-cent coin in today's collector market? If you're holding onto one of these coins in extra very fine condition, you might be sitting on a big treasure. In today's market, the value of the 199950-cent coin in extra very fine condition can range anywhere from $80,000, depending on demand, market trends, and specific grading reports. Second, exhibition impressions. Souvenirs. $6,250. However, if you happen to find one in mint condition, say in pristine uncirculated form, you could be looking at a value much higher than that, potentially even $90,000 or more. So as you invest in fitness equipment and spend big money on food, remember that your aspirations to become a better you are real. And for those rare 1999 Australia 50-cent coins that have been professionally graded and authenticated by reputable numismatic organizations, it all depends on the market. But the demand for high-quality Australian coins is certainly growing. If you have one of these coins in your collection, it's important to care for it properly. Coin preservation is essential for maintaining its value. Make sure to store your coin in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight, and keep it in a protective case to avoid scratches or tarnishing. Handling the coin with clean will also help prevent oils and dirt from diminishing its shine. Regular inspection will ensure that your coin remains in the best possible condition. In conclusion, the 1999 Australian 50-cent silver coin in extra very fine condition is a remarkable piece of Australian numismatic history. It holds both sentimental and monetary value for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to build your coin collection, this coin is definitely one to watch. And if you're looking to sell or trade it, keep in mind that the market for rare and well-preserved coins continues to rise, making it a potential long-term investment about the Australian 50-cent 1999 coin today. If you've got one in your collection, you may want to take a closer look. It could be worth more than you think. Next up, we have an exciting topic for you: the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin in extra fine condition. If you're into coin collecting, or even just curious about how coins can appreciate in value, you're in for a treat. Stick around as we dive into the details of this particular coin, its rarity, its value in today's collector market, and why it's become such a sought-after piece. First things first, let's take a closer look at the 2009 Australian 50-cent coin. Released by the Royal Australian Mint, this coin is part of a series of regular circulation coins. But what sets it apart from other 50-cent coins is its distinct design and the fact that it's now gaining significant attention in the coin collecting world. On the obverse, we have the familiar effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This design has been used on Australian currency for many years. But where the real intrigue lies is on the reverse side of the coin. The reverse features an intricate depiction of an Aboriginal elder and a traditional kangaroo, which is a very unique and culturally significant design. This particular design, created by artist Wojciech Pietranik, was part of the Royal Australian Mint's celebration of Indigenous culture and heritage. It's a beautiful representation of Australia's rich history, and it's precisely this meaningful design that makes the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin so attractive to collectors today. When we talk about the value of a coin in the collector market, the condition is paramount. Coins are graded based on their level of wear and tear, with various levels ranging from poor to perfect mint state. Today, we're focusing on the extra fine condition. An extra fine coin is one that has only slight signs of wear. It still retains sharp details, with clear definitions of the design, though there might be some very minor scuffs or scratches. These coins have been well preserved and show little to no circulation damage. With coin collecting, preservation is key. Storing your coin in proper holders and keeping it safe from harsh elements is essential for maintaining its value. Now let's get into the heart of today's topic: The value of the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin in extra fine condition. While these coins were initially minted for circulation, their value in the collector market has increased over the years, especially for those in exceptional condition. As of recent market evaluations, a 2009 Australia 50-cent coin in extra fine condition can fetch between $50,000. However, some rare finds, especially those with unique attributes like a low mintage or certain die variations, have been known to go for even more. At auction, the price can vary, depending on factors such as demand, scarcity, and condition. A coin that has been professionally graded and comes with a certificate of authenticity tends to command higher prices. So, why has the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin seen such a rise in value? There are a few reasons. First, the coin is part of a limited release, with only a specific number of these coins ever minted. This naturally makes it rarer than many other 50-cent coins that were widely circulated. Second, the design itself resonates deeply with many Australians. It holds cultural significance, making it not just a coin but a piece of history. Collectors are drawn to coins that represent meaningful aspects of their heritage. Lastly, the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin has become a part of the broader Australian coin collecting scene. With more collectors becoming aware of its rarity and significance, demand has driven up its market value. So how do you know if your 2009 Australia 50-cent coin is worth something? First, examine the coin closely. Look for any signs of wear and tear. If it's in extra fine condition, the details should be crisp, and there should be no major scratches or discoloration. Consider getting your coin professionally graded by a reputable service. This will ensure your coin's authenticity and provide an official grade that can help with its market value. In conclusion, the 2009 Australia 50-cent coin in extra fine condition is a fantastic piece for collectors with its beautiful design and growing value in the market. Whether you've inherited one, found it in your pocket change, or are thinking about adding it to your collection, now is a great time to take notice. Next step. We're diving into the fascinating world of Australian coins, specifically focusing on the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin with the black dots, a coin that's making waves in the collector's market due to its rarity and the incredible value it has attained. Australia's 50-cent coin is no stranger to attention. Featuring iconic designs over the years, the 50-cent coin has seen various limited editions, with some becoming highly sought after in the coin collecting community. But what makes the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin so special? Especially the one with the black dots? Alright, let's start by taking a close look at the design and key features of the 2022 Australian 50-cent coin. Now, if you're familiar with Australian coins, you'll know that they often feature commemorative designs, paying tribute to significant events, people, or milestones in the country's history. But the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin stands out not just for its design, but for a very specific and rare era. The black dots, which have caused such a stir in the coin collecting world, are not intentional features of the coin's design. They appear due to a printing error during the minting process. The dots were caused by a small defect in the die or minting press that led to tiny black specks appearing on the surface of the coin. This error made a small portion of the 2022 Australia 50-cent coins unique, and as a result they became highly collectible. You might find these black dots scattered randomly on the coin's reverse, or even in a more noticeable cluster, which only adds to their rarity. Now let's talk about the design of the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin. The obverse side features the traditional portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as seen on most Australian coins, created by sculptor Jody Clark. The reverse, however, features a design that commemorates an important theme in Australia's history. It showcases the Australian coat of arms, a symbol of the country's sovereignty and pride. It's important to note that this design, along with the black dots, gives the coin its distinct character. Now let's talk about coin condition. For any coin to hold significant value in the collector's market, its condition is paramount. When it comes to the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin, very fine is a key term collectors are paying close attention to. But what does very fine actually mean in coin grading? Coin grading is an essential part of the collector's world. It's how a coin's condition is assessed, and it determines its value. A coin in very fine condition is one that shows slight signs of wear, but most of its original details are still clearly visible. The 2022 Australia 50-cent coin with black dots in very fine condition means the coin has minimal wear and retains much of its original sharpness, though it may have some minor surface marks or slight abrasions. Collectors are particularly on the lookout for coins in excellent condition, and a well-preserved 2022 Australia 50-cent coin with the black dots in very fine condition can fetch a hefty price, especially as more collectors become aware of its rarity. So here's the burning question: how much is the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin with black dots worth today? Well, let's break it down. On the open market, the value of these coins can vary greatly based on their condition, rarity, and demand. In very fine condition, the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin with black dots can easily fetch anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 or even higher. Still, for the estimate to get as low as this, the firm has to meet 3 factors, or even higher. And keep in mind, the value of error coins often increases over time as the supply becomes scarcer and demand rises. So if you happen to find one of these coins in your change, you could be holding on to something that might just pay off down the line. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of how you can spot the black dots on the 2022 Australia 50-cent coin. It's actually quite simple if you know what you're looking for. First, examine the reverse side of the coin carefully. The black dots are usually small, circular, and dark in color, and they may appear in random spots across the design. They are typically visible in the background or near the edges of the coin. While the black dots can be very subtle, it's the fact that they were caused by a minting error that makes them so desirable. Some collectors recommend using a magnifying glass or a coin loop to get a closer look, as this can help reveal the dots that might otherwise go unnoticed by the naked eye. As we move further into 2025 and beyond, the 2022 Australia 50-cent black dot coin is expected to continue gaining traction among collectors. The Australian coin market is known for its dynamic nature, and rare coins like this one are especially prone to fluctuation based on demand and availability. However, it's also important to be aware of counterfeits and replicas. As the value of these coins increases, so does the likelihood that people may try to take advantage of unwitting buyers. Always make sure to purchase from trusted dealers or auction houses, and consider having the coin authenticated by a professional grading service if you're unsure about its authenticity. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the 2022 Australia 50-cent black dots coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is definitely one to keep an eye on. If you have one of these in your collection or happen to stumble upon one, thanks for tuning into this deep dive into the world of Australian coins. We hope you found this information helpful and insightful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin content. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your find.